Welcome back for more conic sections. This video is going to focus on ellipses. So definition: an ellipse is the set of all points in a plane, the sum of whose distances from two fixed points, the foci, in the plane is a positive constant. So notice here I actually have a little picture for you of what's going on. So we have two foci in an ellipse. And you can see the ellipse is traced out around the outside. And the definition of the ellipse is every point in the plane where the sum of the distances from that point, so from this point to each of the foci, the sum is a constant, a positive constant. So that distance, the sum of the short and the longer segment, is equal to the sum of the two segments here, which is equal to the sum of the two segments here. And you can see we can just keep going with this forever. There's infinitely many points. And this green, the sum of the green length is equal to the sum of the pink length to the purple, etc. Let's just do one more. It's so fun. Okay. So a parabola had one focus, an ellipse has foci. It has two of them. Now the foci are a distance c from the center, where c squared equals a squared minus b squared. I will explain what a and b are in a hot second. So here is c. C is the distance from the center, hk, to each of the foci. Now the major axis of the ellipse is the longest line segment passing through the center and the foci. So this one, the major axis, runs parallel to the x-axis because this ellipse is elongated in the x direction. And the endpoints of the major axis are called the vertices of the ellipse. So the vertices would be here and here. There's only two vertices on an ellipse. The vertices are a distance a from the center. So this distance to the center is a. Now the endpoints of the minor axis are not anything special, but the distance that they are from the center is b. So this is the minor axis from here to here. It's shorter, and each of these has length b. So that's where that c squared equals a squared minus b squared comes in. Okay, that's going to be useful. So the length of the major axis is 2a. The foci lie on the major axis, and the length of the minor axis is 2b. Vertices are endpoints of the major axis. Okay, now standard equation, you're going to always have your equation of your ellipse equal to 1. You have to complete the square for x and y. We still use h and k for the center. And then a squared and b squared are going to be underneath x and y. You could either have a squared lying under x minus h squared if your major axis is parallel to the x-axis. If a squared is under y minus k squared, then that means your ellipse is elongated, or the major axis lies parallel to the y-axis. Oh no, it doesn't look a thing like that. It's still an ellipse like this. Okay? And then don't memorize where the foci and the vertices are. I will help you in the examples understand how to set them up, and you'll be fine. Okay, so here we go. Sketch the graph of the functions, find the vertices and the foci. So, doesn't look like I have to complete the square, right? I just have a y squared, I just have a 9x squared, we're good. But ellipses, the equation has to be equal to 1. So I'm going to divide through by 9. Okay, and then you do want x first. Yes, we do. So this is going to be x squared plus y squared over 9 equals 1. And if you want to identify what a and b are more easily, I could write this as x squared over 1 squared plus y squared over 3 squared equals 1. And sometimes you even see it as x squared plus y over 3 squared equals 1. Okay. Anyways, from here, we can identify where the center A and B are, right? So where's the center? It's at 0, 0. Now let's find A and B. So A is always larger than B for an ellipse. So A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 1. And then now we need to find C. So remember, c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So that's going to be 9 minus 1. So c equals the square root of 8, which is 2 rad 2. Okay, time to graph, and then I will find the vertices and the foci. Okay, so x-axis, y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, -3 this way, -3 this way. So the center is at 0, 0. Now in the x direction, I'm going to move to the left and right 1 unit from the center. In the y direction, I'm going to move up and down 3 units. So up 3, down 3. Now I'm going to draw my ellipse. I did that without any technological aid. Aren't you impressed? Okay, so now I want the vertices. The vertices are the endpoints of the major axis. Here is the major axis. It's just the longer one, 2a. So what are the coordinates of the vertices? Use your graph to help you. The vertices are at 0, 3 and 0, -3. How about we just write 0 plus or minus 3? Okay? And the foci lie on the major axis as well. So the focal distance, or the distance, no, excuse me, just the distance from the center to each of the foci is 2 rad 2. Okay, so rad 2 is about 1.4, so if you double that, it's about 2.8. So here's a focus, here's another focus. I'll say this is F1, this is F2. So can you give me the coordinates of the foci? Well, it's at 0 plus or minus 2 rad 2. And there you go, we sketched the graph, we found the vertices and the foci. Easy squeezy. Okay. What if it's not centered at the origin, right? Example B, x plus 3 squared over 9 plus y minus 2 squared over 4 equals 1. So first, let's see, where's the center? So the center is at -3, positive 2. What's a equal to? It's 3, right? Since this is 3 squared. And what's b equal to? It's 2. So let's find c. So c squared is a squared minus b squared, which is 5. So c is rad 5. I'm going to draw the picture first before I say where the vertices and foci are. Okay, center's at -3, 2, so I don't need really much going on in quadrants 1 and 4. -3, 4, 5, 6. And 2, 4, down 2. X-axis, y-axis. Okay, center is at -3, 2. That's right here. In the x direction, I'm going to go 3 to the right, 3 to the left. In the y direction, I'm going to go up 2, down 2. Okay, which ones are my vertices? Well, they're the endpoints of the major axis. Which one was the major axis? The longer one. That's why it's called the major axis. So what are those endpoints? They're right here. -6, 2, and this is 0, 2. Okay, so let's list that out. The vertices are at -6, 2 and 0, 2. Now, what about the foci? Remember, they lie on the major axis as well. C is equal to rad 5, so that's just going to be a wee bit more than 2. So from the center, go a little bit more than 2 to the left, and then a little bit more than 2 to the right. This is C, 2 rad 2. Well, how would I write the coordinates? Well, you would say, take the x coordinate of the center, which is at -3, and then add or subtract C, which is rad 5. Keep the y coordinate the same. And that's it. Those are the vertices and the foci. Oh, that's not good. Let's box it in highlighter. Looks nice. Okay. Good. Now, let's look at what happens when they don't complete the square for us. It can be upsetting. So we have 9x squared plus 4y squared minus 18x plus 16y minus 11 equals 0. Okay, so here's your plan of attack. You're going to group all the x's together. So I'm going to have 9x squared minus 18x. I'm going to group the y's together, 4y squared plus 16y, and then you banish the constants to the other side. So I'm going to move the 11 over. Now it's positive. Okay, remember when we completed the square for circles? Maybe not. You're going to factor out the GCF for the x terms, and then you're going to factor out the GCF for the y terms, and then you're going to complete the square. You want to just take out the coefficient on the quadratic term, okay? So that when you complete the square, you just have a 1x squared. So I'm going to take out a 9. Now I have x squared minus 2x plus a blank. We're going to complete the square, plus 4 times y squared plus 4y plus another blank to complete the square for that guy. Okay, so what goes in the first blank? Divide -2 by 2 and then square it. It's 1. So what do I add on the other side? 1? No, wait, I got to add 9, right? Because remember, this 9 distributes. Ooh, so watch out for that. Okay, what goes in the next blank? Y squared plus 4y plus 4. Good. And then what do I add to the other side? 16, since I have to distribute that 4 through, right? So I didn't really add 4, I added 16 in disguise. Okay, now that the square's all completed, I can factor. So I have 9 times x minus 1 squared plus 4 times y plus 2 squared equals 11 plus 9, that's 20, plus 16 is 36. And then remember, you always have to have your equation equal to 1. So the next step is I'm going to divide by 36. And then when these work out nice, I always go, oh, thank you, whoever wrote this problem. Because look, it's going to come out to be x minus 1 squared over 4 plus y plus 2 squared over 9 equals 1. Lovely. Okay, so where's the center? Can you see? Center is at 1, -2. A is equal to 3. B is equal to 2. And remember, c squared is a squared minus b squared, so it's 5 again, which means c is rad 5. Okay, now this one, the major axis is going to be parallel to the y-axis, right? Since a squared was underneath y this time. Ooh, that's exciting. So here's the x-axis, here's our y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks good. So let's start with the center. It's at 1, -2. A is 3, so that's going to be in the y direction. So I go up 3, down 3. Those are also my vertices, okay? Let's just list them out before we forget. So where are the vertices? 1, 1, and 1, -5. Okay, and then in the x direction from the center, I'm going to go 2 units to the right and 2 units to the left. What are those points called? Nothing. They're just endpoints of the minor axis. Okay, so here's our ellipse. Looks good. Remember, here's the major axis. And then where are the foci? Remember, they lie on the major axis. Rad 5 is just a smidge more than 2. So you're going to go 2 and a wee bit more, 2 and a wee bit more up and down from the center. So how would you figure out the coordinates of the foci? You would say take the center and you're going to change the y coordinate, right? Because it's moving up and down from there. Major axis is parallel to the y-axis. So you're going to take 1, leave it alone, and then -2 plus or minus whatever c is, which is rad 5 in this case. So there's your foci. Okay. Good. Now we're going to go the other way. So we're going to be given information and then try to find the equation. Like the previous lesson with parabolas, I recommend drawing out whatever information they give you just because it helps sort it all in your brain. So find the equation of the ellipse that has the center at the origin. Ooh, that's good. And it satisfies the given condition. So the foci are at plus or minus 3, 0, and the minor axis has length 2. All right, cool. So the center is at the origin. That means HK is at 0, 0. And then look at this. The foci are lying parallel to the x-axis, right? That means the major axis is parallel to the x-axis since it's at plus or minus 3, so it's moving in the x direction. So that means A is underneath x, the x term. So I'm going to have x minus 0 squared over A squared, because the major axis is in the x direction, plus y minus 0 squared over B squared equals 1. Well, if the foci are at plus or minus 3, 0, and the center's at 0, 0, that means C is equal to 3. And then the minor axis has length 2. So remember the minor axis, that's the distance. Let's look at our old ellipse over here. Like this is the minor axis. So if they tell me its length is 2, then that means B is equal to 1. So now all I need to do is find A, right? Well, remember we know that C squared equals A squared minus B squared. So that means 9 equals A squared minus 1. So A squared is 10. And just leave it like that, because what are you plugging into the equation? A squared. I have A squared. We're great. So I'm going to have x squared over 10 plus y squared over 1 equals 1. Okay, cool. Let's do one more. Find the equation of the ellipse that has center at negative 3, 1, and it satisfies the given conditions. Vertex is at negative 3, 3. Focus is at negative 3, 0. Draw yourself a graph, or the start of one at least, right? Okay, so the center is at negative 3, 1. So that's HK. Okay, cool. Here's H, here's K. Vertex is at negative 3, 3. Ooh, that's so telling. So here's 3. This is a vertex. Well, what does that mean? I know what A is. A is the distance from the center to one of the vertices. So A is equal to 2. And then the focus is at negative 3, 0. Well, one of the foci is down there. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, that means that C is equal to 1, right? C is the distance from the center to the foci. So now I can find B. Remember, C squared is A squared minus B squared, which means B squared is A squared minus C squared, which is 4 minus 1, which is 3. Okay, now notice here the foci were lying vertically, right, when stacked with the center. So that means the major axis, also the vertices were there. So the major axis is parallel to the y-axis. So A squared goes underneath the y term. So my form is going to be x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. And then now I can substitute in everything. Here's my hk. So we have x plus 3 squared over, where's b squared? Right here, 3 plus y minus 1 squared over, do I have a squared? I will right now. 2 squared is 4 equals 1. And that's it. These I always liked. I feel like a little detective, you know? Okay, so that concludes the lesson on ellipses. Stay tuned. Hyperbolas are on their way.